Welcome to episode 50 of the HGC series. Last week we saw Steve Flash debut, winning the chance to face Ripcord in the World Title tournament. Jeb Langley picked up a huge upset, defeating Eric Tyler thanks to Dusty Street's distraction. The Blazing Flames are going to end their feud with Travis Sentry and BLZ Bub tonight. We have Cruiserweight number one contendership, and then a couple angles along the way as episode number 50. I'm hoping for a really high main event rating with Ripcord versus Steve Flash. So let's get to it with the pre-show match. So in pre-show matchup here, we have Brent Hill trying him with Peter Valentine versus Young Guns. Young Guns are just two local guys that I can sign, so I'm probably going to bring them in eventually, but they're jobbers for now. And just to try Brent Hill with Peter Valentine, because why not? But we started off our actual show with like a promo of RP Jr. and Coach Stick. Um, Basically going at it, like just yelling at each other back and forth over RP Jr.'s jealousy of the Vessies and how Coach Stick didn't give him the attention that he needed. And so that's why RP Jr. has lost the international title match. That's why he lost the hardcore title match. And that's why he had to take the matter in his own hands to win the tag title match. So it's just a way to continue that going into the pay-per-view of Psycho Circus of the Vessies versus RP Jr. and Jesse Christian. Um, So we'll continue that, even though RP Jr. is a heel, Jesse Christian's a face. Gotta continue playing that through. We follow that up with Jeb Langley cutting an absolutely fantastic promo, saying he's thankful for the fans for believing in him when he was down himself. They didn't lose faith in him. Just basically a babyface promo here. Get the crowd super behind Jeb Langley ahead of, ultimately it's going to be him versus Rip Cord next week. Or not next week, it'll be the week after. Next week's main event, I'm actually going to tease in this show. So we'll do like Ripcord, Jeb Langley promo, because we're 4 episodes, including tonight away. So we got 3 episodes of pay-per-view, or 3 episodes of build till the pay-per-view. And to be honest, Ripcord and Sam Strong doesn't need much build. So we're extending this little thing with Jeb and giving him a push, because why not? It's working. And then Monty Walker, in a great match, wins the Cruiserweight number one contendership match. So he's the number one contender to face Jack Bruce for a Cruiserweight title, pinning Alex Braun. I actually didn't set who would take the pinfall, only that Monty won, but it makes sense to me that Alex Braun took the pin here. Better than I expected. I didn't expect much, but I mean, 70 rating, I'm always happy with that. We follow that up with Damien Carville saying he can't believe a fellow countryman, a fellow Canadian, screwed him over last week and took his spot, or not took his spot, but like took the victory from him in the Fatal 4-Way. So this is a way to give like Steve Flash when he loses tonight versus Ripcord, this already teases his next thing. But I don't think, in real life, if something like this were to happen, it automatically is going to mean that, Steve Flash is going to lose. Like, I don't feel like it hurts the main event potential here and being a great match. Then we have a brawl with Frankie Future and Big Trouble. So I would have just like had just, pretty basic. Frankie's about to talk, but Big Trouble attacks him, but it just leads to a brawl. But I would have Big Trouble come up on the upper end of the brawl just to kind of show that he is a formidable opponent for Frankie. Doesn't need much build up here. Like it doesn't need to be super complex. Even though we have 4 more shows, 3 more shows after this. It's the second week of no, third week, first week of December, so maybe 3. We'll see. Well, I guess we can just check afterwards. We have the Vessies defeat the War Eagles here. So I wanted it to have like a filler match, of course, but Vessies defeating a fellow babyface team just can kind of show like their aggressive side coming out a little bit. I would have them play the heels in the match, to be honest with you, as I feel like the storyline and the frustration with RP Jr. This could be like them being frustrated and kind of showing that they mean business. So I think that's a good way to tease the tag match as well as maybe giving a little bit of credibility to RP Jr.'s complaints. We have Romeo Hartop just breaking a mirror backstage. Then Liberty, this will be the main event next week. Liberty challenges Barry Bowen and Tommy Cornell to a tag match next week. Saying him and Cowboy versus you two next week main event. I might just put Ripcord Jeb Langley in the main event next week. To be determined. But this match will happen next week, and yeah. So Cowboy is not in the angle itself. It's Liberty and Tommy talking, with Barry being intimidating and Cowboy being like off screen. But we'll have Cowboy in an angle later with Liberty that I'll explain when we get there. We have Travis Entry and Beelzebub defeat the Blazing Flames once again. Um, Not that the Blazing Flames like they kind of need a win, like a little bit of a storyline win, but not really. Like if they were in their mid 40s and late 40s, it would be different. But just the nature of the beast that they're going to take some pinfalls here versus some younger talent, especially ahead of where being on Ace in 8 weeks or so. So definitely want to get as many people over as I can, so that way I have more um, ability to book good cards, assuming that the requirement for to be on Ace is bigger than to be on what I'm on now. Then we have RP Jr. kind of snapping at Jesse Christian backstage when Jesse Christian says, "Dude, what was that with Coach Dick earlier? Like, what the hell?" But RP Jr. kind of snaps at him a little bit. This is to show that he's just a jerk. So I feel like it's a good way to kind of paint that picture of RP Jr. being a jerk, tease the dissension between the tag team, and ultimately we might lead to the Russo swerve here and have Jesse Christian turn heel as well. But I, still got to figure that out. Then Cowboy is unclear if he will be there to team with Liberty next week. So he's pretty much like, yeah, I might, like I'm not really sure what the direction I'm going here with Cowboy. It just felt like Liberty was doing being so successful and Cowboy was not. So we're playing a little bit of jealousy there, and we'll have a tag match next week to see if it blows off there. It's kind of like teasing heel turn, but I'm not going to turn Cowboy heel. I'm telling you guys that, but I'm teasing it. Then this is like a two-part angle. I could have just put them in one, but whatever. Eric Tower swears to get revenge on Jeb Langley and Dusty Streets, and then after that, we just have Dusty Streets asking Eric Tyler, "Who's your daddy?" He uses Jeb Langley's prime or not prime, yeah, his catchphrase, just as a way to kind of mock Eric Tyler and like get him even more pissed off. Feel like that's just a fun way to continue this little storyline. And then our main event, I'll set the over under at 85. We have Ripcord versus Steve Flash, with Ripcord winning, and Ripcord winning with the DDT at the 86 rating. That's fantastic. I'll take that. And Steve Flash, hopefully this is our best TV show yet. Honestly, thanks to the main event, the promo, very happy with it. Not much differently. I'm assuming we're gonna win versus SWF, and we're up to 76 popularity in Southwest. So we're past the chase to Ace. We're in the chase to big size. And then when we're big size, then keep in mind with Bruce the Giant beating at Burning Hammer of the Wrestling Gods, we can probably do like a talent trade deal, bring him in. Not too often though. But Sam Strong is going to need people to feud with, and who better? I think our highest rated show. That was our most highest rated TV show. And SWF loses again versus us. I think it's 3 in a row, at least two. All right, so let's see here. Who Travis Entry, Steve Flash, Monty Walker. Just want to see if anything. So he went up 6. Damn. He ended up 6 in Southwest. It's huge. All right, Monty Walker, just to see. All right, so Monty's up in 40s. That's perfect. It's like right where I want him. Because he's a guy who can lose and win, lose, win, and then Steve Flash. See if he went up with the see like he had an 86, like he had a fantastic match, and his popularity didn't go up at all with it. You know what I mean? Like, so would an 86 rated match be in like Meltzer stars, like 4.5 stars? Maybe if like a higher broadcasting, like that could be like the better the broadcasting, higher match ratings will then trickle in popularity. I think that could be. Maybe we'll have to see if that's true when we get to Ace, since we're pretty much on like the equivalent of I guess still Canada, but like a small size broadcaster. So it's like, well, there's no such thing as like broadcaster size anymore, just because the way the technology of the world. We're like if we're on like Fight. Do you remember that app? Is that still an app or what's the DAZN? This is like if we're on DAZN, but it's free, and not many people watch it. Nonetheless, so like I guess with us being like a small size broadcaster and like the great rating doesn't filter to great, like it doesn't filter the popularity with based off the great segment, but maybe that's something down the line. I wonder his Canada popularity. See, his Canada popularity went up 5, 6, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5. So maybe that's where, like in Canada, where medium, he got an extra point with this good match here. As there are only two things that he's been in: the win, which we know is 5K or 5 points, and then the one there. One thing of note, we this is the last month was the first month we lost less than $1 million. And then if you take out the bonuses and perks last month, we would have got a profit. That's crazy. But part of the bonuses are going to be Sam Strong with the pay-per-view. That's 100 something like 100,000 or something. I forget, but happy with that. Happy with where we're at with everything financially in game. I got a contract. It's 150,000. So that's yeah, we still so this month we're gonna take a little more of a loss because it's not a pay-per-view. Then December, maybe so another thing is I got rid of the head of talent relations. Too many people wanted that position, and I just figured, screw it, I'll roll the dice, and the people get mad at me, and that way I can control like how we react to Sam Strong. Something pops off with the backstage because of me being the head of talent relations, I will let you guys know. But otherwise, thank you for watching episode 50 and see how many more we got to go. Oh, if it's episode 50, I mean, maybe 150, well, 100 to more, as I really want to see this to like 2001 in game. So we'll see how far we go. But thank you for watching.